All right. Hey, everyone. It is Jordie from Seven Eagle Group. I am so honored today to be here today with Herb Thompson, a 20-year Green Beret leader who just published an amazing book called The Transition Mission. And he has agreed to take some time today to tell us a little bit about his career and the book. And we just thought this is such valuable information for everyone to hear. So, Herb, thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
No, it's my privilege. Thank you for wanting to have a chat with me.
Awesome. Hey, why don't we start out? Can you just tell everyone a little bit about your military experience as a Green Beret and what got you into the idea of, hey, I'm going to write a book for people?
Yeah, so I'll take it back to the beginning of the journey. I joined straight out of high school at the age of 17, wanted to be a soldier ever since, I was probably 7, 8 years old. Started out my career and I had two goals: to be a drill sergeant and to earn my Green Beret. And I was able to do that. I kind of got forced to do the Drill Sergeant of the Year competition. So I was the 2008 U.S. Army Drill Sergeant of the Year. And then I went on to earn my Green Beret. So I'm the only person ever to win the Drill Sergeant of the Year award and a Green Beret, or earn, I should say. So I did that, deployed all over, the Middle East. But then coming towards my end of service, I realized, wow, I don't have a clue what I'm going to do next. And it put me on a big, long journey of where am I going, and where I'm at now as a management consultant with Accenture, Cornell executive MBA student. And part of that was, wow, I realized I learned so much, but I also put so much time into it that I wanted to share with others. And that's how the Transition Mission book came about.
When you got out of the military, did you have troubles yourself, or did you feel like, gosh, it was just so much work and research on my end to land a civilian job that I want to share that information?
Yeah, everybody has troubles. I mean, my dream initially was, I'm going to go to the Tuck School of Business. I'm going to get in. And I did my bachelor's degree online. So here I'm trying to get into a top 10 Ivy League, MBA program full time. And I got waitlisted, and, it was a big kick in the stomach, but I realized a lot through that process. And so no, I had a bunch of other failures too. Just, I did put so much effort and started so early that when I talk to people who are like, oh, I only started a few months out, well, then I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty tough. So a little bit of both, but I go into the book, I share some, my failures. I don't sugarcoat it.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the book. What do you think some of the main messages are that you want others to know about?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing is everyone's transition is different out of the military. Everybody had a different skill set. Everybody had a different experience, and then they're going on to something different. So this is not a cookie cutter, check the block and you're going to be on a good transition. And that's really what the book's about, is finding your path of what, how do you transition, and what that I did will work for you. And that's what I talk about. So I broke down, I give them some transition truths, some rules for success. And then just, hey, thank you for your service means that. It doesn't mean I'm also going to give you a job. We have to provide our value as veterans. And then just broke down easy, like where to begin with some introspection. Here's, the reality of the situation, questions you really need to ask. A lot of people ask, hey, where am I going to live and what am I going to do for a job? But there's a whole lot more after that, of leaving the uniform behind and what's going to be my identity. And then talk about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn was huge for me, setting it up, and then how to leverage it. And then branding, because that's kind of something new to us. Most veterans, that's new too. And then resume, interview, how to translate your skills, how to target companies. And then, hey, here's some other stuff I tried, and then just wrapped it all up quick, straight to the point with a little bit of humor in there.
That's great. I know you go into detail in the book and all those subjects, but talk briefly again about how important it is for a veteran to find something he's going to get passionate about, and not just to feel like, let me take the first job that might become available to me.
I think it's important for, whoever that veteran is, he or she needs to do a little introspection. And for real, at some point you just do got to put food on the table. So any job could work. Yeah. But once you're past that, we had a drive in the military. We're serving a bigger purpose. We, right. For whatever reason people join, they stay for other reasons. The people around them, the mission, especially if you're deployed, you realize you're making a huge difference in people's lives, whether it's here back home protecting them so the fight's not here, or in other people's lives. Okay, now I take that uniform off. I'm not doing that anymore. And if you don't have that mission, that drive, purpose, your why, whatever you want to call it,
right,
it's going to eat at you, because it's going to get filled by something. It needs to be filled. So if we address it, it's a lot better off than, down the road, it comes back to bite us in the backside.
Right. I'm a big believer that you'll present yourself much better to the employers, though, and you'll be so much more enthusiastic and confident interviewing if you found that job or that career path that really excites you and gets you is fired up, to work every morning. And that's I hate to see like veterans, go into careers because they feel like that's all they can do. I mean, you guys develop such skill sets and soft skill sets that translate into any possible field practically, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's just, how do you translate the value? Because not everybody knows that.
Right.
And not everybody, and every veteran's different. So what are your skill sets? What's her skill sets, his skill sets? But how do you translate that and get the person on the other side of the table to understand, or the other side of the phone, whoever, you're
Yeah.
talking with? So it's really, you got to do a lot of, thought and research into that. So if you're motivated for the job and you know how to talk about yourself, which is
Right.
different, because we usually talk about we, us, the team. And when you go down to interview, they are interviewing it's interviewing me, it's just I
Right.
sitting in the room or on the phone.
Yeah.
So it's important to be able to be motivated. That will come across, that you're passionate about the job, but that you can actually express your value of, at the end of the day, why is a company hiring you? To bring value to their organization.
Right.
How are you improving their profits and lowering their losses? End of story. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really that simple. And, that's a little different than what we're used to.
One of the things I've noticed as a civilian is the military culture is tighter than anything I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you guys will uh, do whatever that you can to help a fellow soldier, a fellow brother or sister who served with you. And I just think that is absolutely amazing. Talk about how important or how easy it might be for a veteran coming out, transitioning out, to network with other people who have gone before him or her, and how to maybe use that person as a mentor, a coach, somebody to help them along with their career path.
I think it's critical to find multiple mentors in the process. And truthfully, some of that, it's not really mentors, people going through it with you,
Right.
because they're doing the same thing. They may be experiencing something different than you're about to, and vice versa. And then, yeah, the people who've gone before you, they're going to understand you. There is that camaraderie, and it all depends who you are. But if you reach out and say, hey, I'm Herb Thompson, I'm a retiring Green Beret leader. Can you give me 15 minutes of your time?
Right.
If I'm reaching out to another Green Beret, they say, no, that's going to be crazy, right? Or I think the best one's usually the Marines, right? Like, hey, I'm a Marine. They're like, all right, Devil Dog, we're talking in 10 minutes. They just got that
Yeah.
connection. But same thing, I've reached out to Marines, everybody. So to me, that's the easy part to start there, because
Right.
there's an easy connection, the easy bond, and it helps for when you start talking to non-veterans, if you will. So
Yep.
your language, you get a little more fine-tuned and being able to express yourself, and not just saying "oorah" and stuff like that, but actually using some words that make sense.
100%. Yeah. Reaching out to a civilian business owner too, they will be most of them are going to be more than happy to give you some time. And then you don't have to go through this on your own. You have somebody there helping you in a mentorship fashion, I think, which always makes it easier. And most jobs are found by networking, not by replying to want ads. So you can't go wrong by building your network as big as you can. Talk about, what are some of the, biggest pitfalls you see veterans make when they go looking for jobs now, when they start applying or getting out there? What are some of the things that they're doing wrong that can be fixed?
Yeah, just applying online blindly
Yeah.
would be probably number one. And truthfully, had I not done a lot of research, that would make sense. That's what people do, right? Why do they have all these job sites? And as you know, like you said, most of the jobs are done through networking. Depending where you look, 70 to 80%, they say, come through networking. And well, that's one. Two, I would say, don't have a big ask when you're networking. Just get to know the person, make a relationship. Down the road, you can ask for, hey, review my resume. Because usually what happens is that person can't help you, but they'll know somebody who can help you, or know somebody who knows somebody that has a position. So wait on the ask until you have a little bit of a relationship. And I think those are the two big ones. And then translating the skills and getting out of the mindset of what was cool. Like, oh, wow, I jumped out of a plane and I did all, they aren't hiring me to jump out of a plane. How am I bringing them value here? And it may be the non-sexy thing of, hey, I ran this logistics, element that we move thousands of pounds or tons of goods. Now that's probably more in line with what a company wants versus, hey, I got shot at. Well, hey, that sucks, but like, I don't know why we're hiring you for getting shot at. So, understanding that value, I think those are the biggest things. And then probably the last one I'd say is, again, just it's about I, and that's a hard thing for us to overcome is I need to talk about I did this. We did this only goes so far. I need to show my value because I'm
Right.
the one that
And
wants to
that's
hire.
opposite the military culture. When you're in, so you have to change gears a little. And that, especially with the civilian hiring managers, they want to hear you,
Yeah.
toot your own horn in a confident, and way. And I think that's okay for people to do. That's awesome. Tell people now where they can get your book.
Yeah, so you go on Amazon, The Transition Mission by Herb Thompson, Kindle and paperback, also on Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, all the book sites have it. If you go on the website there, you can order, and it's $5.99 somewhere around there, and it's I get $1 of that goes to the nonprofit. I don't get any money from it, but it goes to a nonprofit to help Green Berets transition. So
Yeah, that's really nice of you for not only providing such valuable information, but for doing it at a really affordable price for people and for sharing those profits with causes that are important to you. And I highly recommend everyone check this book out. It is awesome. Hey, if it could get you one step closer to getting hired at a job you're going to love, then it'll be well worth your time. Herb, thank you so much again for coming on. I wish you all the best.
no, thank you. It's my pleasure. Keep up the good work.
Awesome.